Celebrate World Refugees Week. Over the last 5 years, I've been traveling all across the world to meet amazing human beings, refugees. They are the most resilient people I've ever met in my entire life. But I want to draw our attention to something as we celebrate and meet them this week. There are nearly over 80 million refugees who have been displaced. They are seeking asylum. They are looking to have homes, and they're looking to have their identity restored. I've met young women and girls. Sometimes my heart is broken. The toughness, the challenges, the life they live is unbearable. We need to do something about this. So as we go to celebrate, let's pay attention to refugees. Let's do something about this. I think what COVID-19 has done is global solidarity is also helping your fellow human being. I want us to help young women and girls who are living in these camps. They are not going to join the global workforce or work for your company if you don't invest now. They are going to be left behind. And I don't think we want that. So let's do something about this. Let's help refugees. Let's help young women and girls refugees. Give them education, content, infrastructure, and the skills they need so they can join the global workforce of tomorrow. I've invited so many people this week. Please tune in to listen to Wahid Aryan, an Afghan refugee, and so many people who have been sharing their life stories and their initiatives with me. I want to thank you so much. Please pay attention to refugees. Their circumstances does not define them. Refugees is not written on their back. Thank you for listening, and I will see you on social media. Make sure you follow us. Thank you, and have a lovely week of inspiration and learning.
Hello.
Peyton, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm so happy to see you. How are you doing? We are live on Facebook. How is it going there?
It's going really great here. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it, Lady Mariéme.
No problem, no problem. So we are live on Facebook, and I just wanted to say hello to you, and you can say hello to all of our audience and everyone. So yeah, how is it going? How is everything? How is it been going? Have you been coping with COVID-19?
I'm doing great. When you told me that I was speaking today, I was so excited. And COVID-19 here, I think it's definitely impacted me as a person, but I think it's also done the same to billions of people around the world. It's been devastating, and it's been taking resources and time with loved ones and the freedom of going outside without a mask on. And it's affected access to education, it's taken away jobs, but I think that it's also given us opportunities if we're looking at it positively. I think some of us have gained greater access to technology and looked for different ways to connect with each other, which is one of the reasons that we can meet today. And I think COVID has been especially impactful for young people. And growing up in a world like this has caused us to adapt to a more technology-inclusive world, which is putting us further towards the future. And while watching us and watching the world be impacted by this horrible virus, I think that more than ever, we need to come together and share ideas so that we can move towards a better future for everybody.
Absolutely. You are in South Africa now, right?
Yes.
Great, great. Well, how has COVID impacted you as a young person? You and I have had a lot of conversation about COVID and the work you've been doing. You're now growing up and becoming a very, very amazing young woman. So, but how has COVID impacted you as a young person? Can you share with us?
I think that as a young person, just looking out at the world, especially when you're young and you're looking out at the world and you're thinking, one day I want to go out and I want to be able to influence people. I want to be able to make a change. And just looking around and seeing everything that's going on in the world and seeing so much chaos, so many events going on, but also so many opportunities. I think that, especially as a young person, we need change more than ever. And I'm really excited to be a part of iamtheCODE because I believe that together as a community, we are making change. So I think that as a young person, just looking out, I think that there are a lot of things going on in the world right now, but
Mm,
I have hope in my heart that there are young people all over the world who have ideas.
yeah.
And I think that together, if we work to create a better future, we can accomplish it.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I've been talking about technology and innovation, and we've been talking about so many, many things. You joined us recently to one of the virtual clubs we've been organizing. But this week is World Refugees Week, and you have met the Kakuma refugee girls. But if you think about it very carefully, being a young person in South Africa, also having seen some disparities, what would you say to the young women and girls right now who are in Kakumo refugee camp? I know you have a very positive message for them, but would you mind just sharing something and wishing them well because we are celebrating them at the same time? We should not really celebrate the World Refugees Week because there's so much misery. Over 80 million refugees are being displaced right now across the world. So, anything you want to share as I am the code ambassador and as a young person living in South Africa?
I think that today is a very important day. And even though there are so many people around the world, I think that coming together to celebrate today, just the strength and passion of our community is just so important. But my message would be to never give up. Every single one of us has a different story and purpose, no matter
Mm,
where we come. Every single young person has the potential to change a world. There's always going to be people around that want to help us. And no matter where we are or how we look, we are all young people that want to make the world a better place. And
mm,
we want to share and implement our ideas. So I would say never, ever give up. When an idea
no.
doesn't work like you wanted it to, don't see it as a
Mhm.
failure, but an opportunity to learn. When somebody doesn't like one of your projects, don't see it as a sign to stop, but a sign to work even harder. And as Michelle Obama once said, I found this quote for this presentation because it really inspires me.
Mhm.
These are the moments that define us, not our moments of success, but how you pick yourself up once you've fallen down.
Yeah.
And I would say believe in yourself because you are here to change the world. You are here to make your dreams into a reality, and you are here to be an inspiration to everybody around you.
No, no, absolutely. I love that about you. Your positivity, but also the fact that you read and you write. I remember you creating some videos for us. It's really beautiful. But let me just ask you, a few more questions. I know you like the Sustainable Development Goals. You actually made a video for us. What are the goals you're working towards, or what are the goals you feel that you want to really highlight within the work you do at school and in South Africa?
I think that all the sustainable development goals are important, but my personal favorite one would be gender equality. It's a goal that I hold very close to my heart, and I think that it's one of the foundational SDGs of I'm the Code. While women in the workforce only really came into fashion during the 1960s, there are many powerful girls and women who have helped advance our world throughout history. Take Hedy Lamarr, for example, who was a famous actress from the 40s whose technological discoveries ended up in the invention of secure Wi Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. Or, Lady Mariéme, we could take you, for example, who you are an inspiration to all of us. You were a young girl who grew up in poverty and you rose to lead an international movement about empowering and educating girls in technology. And this brings me to my second favorite sustainable development goal, quality education. It's so critical that people all over the world have access to a proper tuition. The world we live in today is full of opportunities, and iamtheCODE's work towards giving everybody an equal chance is one of the reasons I love it so much, and I'm so proud to be a member of the team. And as to why they're essential, I think that they're a symbol of how the world is moving forward. I think that it gives us a set of common goals to work towards, and that it's a great way to measure our progress. Having these goals written down is a way of making them official and of showing people all around the world that we are working towards a better future, both here at iamtheCODE and many other organizations.
No, it's absolutely. So you like quality of education. You remember we did a hackathon in South Africa together. And you've been talking about this. I've been really pushing for the global goals for young women and girls like you and boys all across the world to really read them and understand them. In the next 5 years, how do you feel that, with COVID-19, we're moving to post COVID-19, we're going to think about the moments we have right now. Do you have any ideas on how we can, improve the quality of education of girls across the world? Do you have anything you want to share on that?
I think that the main way, especially in a world like this with COVID-19, where we feel so separated and isolated, I think that the only way we can come together and make change is if we share our ideas and we work together and we form teams and we build off of each other and we support each other. I think that the main way of looking towards the future is not only working together, but being able to empower youthful people, which is one of the things that iamtheCODE works towards. There are young people all over the world doing amazing things every single day. And it's focusing on giving them a voice. It's focusing on giving them the power to share their ideas. And the more that we give this feedback, the more that we can implement them and bounce off of each other, build off of each other's ideas. I think that is how our world is going to progress. And in terms of getting more quality education to people around the world, I think that it's very much the same values. There are people all around the world who have good ideas and require the resources to share them. And organizations like iamtheCODE work towards giving young people a voice.
Well, the other how is school going? How is school going for you? How you've been doing for the last couple of months?
I think school for me, it's definitely a very changed environment, but I think that COVID-19 has also given us the chance to come together and given us more access to technology and more skills involving technology, which are bringing us farther into the future. I think that even though a lot of things are online right now, instead of seeing that as a limitation, we can rather see it as a way of our world progressing. I think that all of these new assets and skills that we've learned from online working are pushing us farther towards the future.
The thing I always talk about the Kakuma refugee girls, they are so resilient, they're so powerful, they speak very well. We are going to celebrate them this week, and then tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Because I really feel that, as we talk about World Refugees Week, we don't celebrate young refugees girls that much, right? We just feel that because they're refugees, we just forget about them. So we're trying to do this weekend and make sure that people hear their stories, their project. What was the couple of projects you work on during the hackathon, or what are the things you're working on right now in your readings that you feel that people should know about?
I think that there are people all over the world who are working on projects and initiatives that are going to push us further forward. But if I'm talking about any projects that I've done currently, well, I think you and I both know about the 2019 hackathon that we held in July, where we gathered people from all different communities and we came together with a common purpose and we worked to share our ideas and we worked with a common goal. And when we came together, I think you and I could both see how empowering that was. But if we're talking about more recent projects, I think that we could definitely talk about One Girl, One Mosque, which was an initiative in July that 2020 that we did about being able to get girls all around the world access to mosques and protection against COVID-19. I think it was a really powerful initiative and such an important cause. And I'm so grateful to be able to have worked on that with you and the rest of the team.
Well, you and I can talk until tomorrow. We have so much to talk about. I really hope I will see you, over the weekend. We're going to share this video with everyone. I love listening to you. I think you are growing up and becoming really a formidable young woman. Is it anything you want to share with the audience and anything you just want to leave us with?
Well, originally I was going to talk about what iamtheCODE stands for, but I think that...
Go ahead.
I was going to talk about it, but I think that looking around at the team that we've had, the accomplishments that we've done, and the world that we're seeking to create, I think that we can already tell what it is. And Lady Mariéme, you know this. One of my favorite phrases to say while presenting is that it's never I am the code, but it's we are the code. And I think I've said that every single time I've spoken for this amazing organization. But if I did have to ask about what I am the code is, I'm sure that if I asked every single person around the team, everybody would have different answers. And I think that that's the beauty of it. It's from the technological advances to the social camaraderie, we are the code. And as long as we keep sharing our ideas and keep being ourselves and making our voices heard, I think we always will be.
Well, thank you for coming over, and thank you for being our ambassador. I'm personally very proud to have you as our ambassador. I really hope that everyone listening right now will, listen and be inspired. Make sure you come back tomorrow and then Sunday. I know that we're going to be talking to so many people. But Peyton Nigel, thank you so much for being iamtheCODE ambassador, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Lady Mariéme. It was such a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
This week, we are going to celebrate World Refugees Week. Over the last 5 years, I've been traveling all across the world to meet amazing human beings, refugees. They are the most resilient people I've ever met in my entire life. But I want to draw our attention to something as we celebrate and meet them this week. There are nearly over 80 million refugees who have been displaced. They are seeking asylum. They are looking to have homes, and they're looking to have their identity restored. I've met young women and girls. Sometimes my heart is broken. The toughness, the challenges, the life they live is unbearable. We need to do something about this. So as we go to celebrate, let's pay attention to refugees. Let's do something about this. I think what COVID-19 has done is global solidarity is also helping your fellow human being. I want us to help young women and girls who are living in these camps. They are not going to join the global workforce or work for your company if you don't invest now. They are going to be left behind. And I don't think we want that. So let's do something about this. Let's help refugees. Let's help young women and girls refugees. Give them education, content, infrastructure, and the skills they need so they can join the global workforce of tomorrow. I've invited so many people this week. Please tune in to listen to Wahid Aryan, an Afghan refugee, and so many people who have been sharing their life stories in the initiatives with me. I want to thank you so much. Please pay attention to refugees. Their circumstances does not define them. Refugees is not written on their back. Thank you